Good morning, McVeigh students. We got a fun class planned today. We're going to do some exercises as we always do, and coming to you from my studio here. Not quite, but we'll call it that. And I'm going to be joining you. I'm going to get my blood pumping this morning as well and get things going here. And then toward the end of our class today, I'm going to show you how to use a treadmill. Now, I understand that a lot of you may not have a treadmill, but some of you probably do. And one day you will have access to a treadmill. And something that we don't get a chance to do in school is take a look at how to use one. So I'm going to show you one since we have this unique opportunity in these videos. And if you have one at home, that's great. You can kind of follow along with me. And those fitness centers will be opening sometime in the next month or two, we would expect. And some of you belong to those fitness centers like the YMCA or Planet Fitness, and you'll know how to use one. Now, places like the YMCA have the one in Bear and the one also on Kirkwood Highway have their own fitness center for kids, and they will also work with you on how to use a treadmill. So hopefully you can get a little bit of head start if you've never been to one of those rooms but belong to the Y with some of the quick tips that we show you today. And you can get started with that hopefully once those types of places open back up. So we're going to start out with our jumping jacks like we always do. We're going to do 25 of them. And I'm going to join you here and lead you. I've really been enjoying being with you guys doing the exercises. Usually at school, I'm just kind of leading you in them because we have so many classes every day. I would have to take a long nap when I got home if I did the exercise with everybody. But this way I get to do them with all of you at the same time. So it's fun for me. All right, 25 jumping jacks, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, push-ups. Remember on push-ups, we want a nice straight back. We don't want our back arched like this, or we don't want to be in this position when we're down on the ground. We want to be nice and straight, just like I'm standing right now. And we want to make sure that our hands are facing forward, not out to the sides like this. We're going to go for 20 seconds. And remember, you can hold a nice straight up position. If you're unable to hold yourself down above the floor, remember when you're in a down position, you need to hold yourself above the ground just a little bit. All right, here we go. Ready? Go. Nice and straight at the top. Hold yourself above the ground at the bottom. 10 more seconds. And stop. All right, sit-ups. You can find somewhere to kind of tuck your feet, maybe underneath a couch, or if somebody's with you, you can have them hold your feet. I'm going to kind of stick my feet against the wall here so I don't slide. We normally don't do this at school because it would take a long time for everybody to move their position around and find somewhere. But since you're at home, you can find somewhere. Put your feet underneath something or have someone hold. And we're going to do 15. Cross those arms. And you want to have your elbows touch your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, everybody back up. You know what's next. I don't even need to tell you guys. Running in place. Go. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to warm up a little bit. Feeling that blood pumping. Yeah. My body's starting to get a little warmer, a little faster, a little faster. And stop. All right, back to jumping jacks. And we're going to do a couple new exercises on this round that we don't normally do. Throughout the course of these videos, I've been teaching you guys some new exercises. So no matter what grade you're in, you'll be able to learn and do these things. Even kindergartners, you guys can learn how to properly do these exercises. Remember, if you don't do exercises correctly, generally speaking, they don't work for you. So you want to make sure that you're doing the exercises correctly, or else they're not as effective. 25, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 25. All right, back for push-ups. Going for 20 seconds. Nice and tall at the top, right above the ground at the bottom. Don't let those knees touch the floor. Don't let your stomach or chest touch the floor. Keep that back straight. Ready, go. Nice and straight. We should be able to sit a bottle of water on your back and not have it spill. Ten more seconds. And stop. All right, next exercise. We're gonna do another core exercise. Instead of sit-ups, we're gonna do planks. Now, a plank is very similar to a push-up, except you're on your elbows, which some of you try to do in class, and you're not supposed to. But this time you are supposed to. You're going to be on your elbows, and one of the reasons we don't really do these in class is because we have a hard tile floor. It would be a little uncomfortable. I have some nice carpet here. If you're someplace at home on a hard floor, you may want to find somewhere a little softer, or get some pillows or a couple books to put down, because you're going to be on your elbows. You're going to keep a nice flat back, just like we do in our up position for push-ups, except you're going to be on your elbows. So I'm going to demonstrate here. And I hope that I'm pretty straight. Looks like I am. All right, you're going to kind of be in this position, not this position, not this position, this position right here. And we're going to try to hold. We're going to try to hold for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, it's going to be tough. If you need a break, take a break. But we're going to try to go for 30 seconds. The idea is to really work on your stabilizing muscles. So all these muscles in the center of your body, really stabilize your body and keep everything in order, moving the way it's supposed to. And you also generate a lot of power from the center of your body. For example, when you hit a baseball, you really have to use a lot of the center of your body to really create the power in the twisting motion and also in your throwing motion. So this is one of the exercises that can help kind of create some strength and some stability in your core. All right, so get down on your elbows, and we're gonna get on our toes here in just a few seconds. Ready, set, go. All right, nice and straight. Yep, keep that back straight. Keep those hips up. 20 more seconds. Come on, we can do it. 20 more seconds. We got it. 10 more seconds. Come on, keep those knees up. Keep them up, keep them up. You're on your elbows. And stop. All right. Now, before we finish with running in place, let's take a look at squats. We have done that over the last couple weeks. Put your feet about as wide as your shoulders. Okay, not super wide and not narrow. All right, we want to be about as wide as our shoulders. I want to make sure my toes are even with each other. Okay, not like this. Make sure your toes are even. And when I squat, I always keep my heels on the ground. I always keep my head nice and tall, and I keep my chest up, so if I had something written on my shirt here, you guys could read it at home. So I don't want to bend over like this. I want to stay upright, so my face is looking straight ahead. All right, we're going to do 15 of these. Keep your heels on the ground. Don't come up on your toes like that. It's not good for your knees. And you're going to basically sit back like you're sitting on a chair, except there's no chair there. You get the idea. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and nice and tall at the top. Don't finish in this position. Nice and tall. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, one more, come on, 15. All right, you might feel that in your quads and your thighs a little bit, or even in the back of your legs and your hamstrings. All right, maybe even on the inside in your adductors. Squats are a great exercise for athletes. If you play sports, learn how to do squats properly. Scroll back a little bit in this video, listen again to the instructions. Make sure you're doing it properly, because squats are a phenomenal exercise to make your legs stronger. All right, let's finish with running in place, and then I'm going to take you and show you some things that you can do on a treadmill and how to safely use a treadmill. If you're a 5th grader watching, you might have the opportunity to get on a treadmill. If you're a kindergartner or 1st grader, then this is probably going to be an instruction that's for a few years down the road when you get a little bit older. Even if you're in 5th grade or 4th grade, you need to always be under the supervision of an adult if you're using a treadmill. And don't just hop on there. If you have one at home, don't just hop on there because you learned a couple things about it on this video. Make sure you have mom or dad or whoever with you supervising you. All right, run in place, go. All right, pick those knees up nice and high, faster, faster. Pump your arms and stop. All right, I'm going to sign off for just a few seconds here and then come right back, and we'll be on the treadmill. All right, boys and girls, we're getting there. We're getting there. I have to go to a separate room. Alrighty. And let's see here. Bear with me. I should probably plug it in. That's the first step. That will help. Okay. Alright, and we have power here. So this is my display that I have set up here. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to reverse this camera so I can see what you're seeing. There we go. All right, we have our camera set right here on the display panel. Now every treadmill is a little bit different, but right here I'm going to find my total time and my pace. Over here I'm going to find my speed, and over here I'm going to find the incline. Now right now I have the incline set on 10%. That means that my treadmill is at this kind of angle. It's not flat. Okay, it's uphill basically. And we know that running uphill is tougher than running downhill. So if I wanted to adjust my incline, I would come down here and I would hit the down button and it goes down 0.5%. See, now it's at 9.5 and now I just moved it down to 9. Now I actually enjoy running at 10%, so I'm going to put it back to 10%. I like running uphill, and I'll explain that in a minute. My speed over here is 0.0. Okay, now on this particular treadmill, this is a Nordic Track treadmill, I have a quick speed button where I can actually just punch in if I want to go 1 mile an hour, 2 mile an hour, 3 mile an hour. Now most people, a safe walking pace is 2 miles an hour. Okay, so I hit the 2 button and now you can see that speed has moved to 2. It'll switch back. Now that's my estimated calories burned per hour. Okay, you can see the speed's at 2, but my incline is at 10% right now, so that feels a lot harder for me to walk at that pace than it normally would. Most people can walk around 2 miles an hour. Okay, the average person can do 3 miles an hour. And you can see how fast the belt is moving here. It's not super fast. Some people are able to walk 4 miles an hour. Now to walk 4 miles an hour, first of all, you'd have to have your incline on 0. You'd have to have your treadmill all the way down. But see, it's estimating that I'd burn 618 calories in 1 hour walking at 4 miles an hour with a 10% incline, which you'd have to be walking uphill the whole time in order to do that. Okay, now let's just say we move the incline down to 0. You can see it switches to 262 calories per hour. So why did it do that? Because walking on a flat surface is a lot easier than walking on an uphill surface. So we just lost about 400 calories in 1 hour there because we switched walking to a flat surface from walking to a hilly surface. Yeah, everybody see that? Calories per hour, 262. And we'll switch back to 10 here in a second so you can see the difference. So I'm going to switch my incline back to 10%, and you see calories switch to 618 in an hour. Okay, so that's really about a 350 calorie difference. So what's the take-home point there? You can burn a lot more energy, which is really what a calorie is. It's a unit of energy. When we eat food, we eat calories. And we use those calories like a car uses gas. if you eat more calories than you use, you gain a little bit of weight. So you have excess energy, which usually turns to fat. If you burn a little more calories than you use, then you lose a little bit of weight. And that's how that process works, simplified. Now, anything over 4 miles an hour is pretty much jogging. So if I go 5 miles an hour, see my speed switch to 5 there, I'm jogging at this point. 6 miles an hour, I'm jogging even faster. Okay, some would even consider that running. That'd be 10-minute mile pace. If I switch to 7 or 8 or 9, then I am running. Or for some people, I am sprinting at that point. Okay, now one of the things you need to be able to safely do, I should turn our screen sideways here. You can see how my feet are straddling the treadmill. You need to be able to run on the treadmill and hop off and straddle it safely. Okay, so you can see how my hands are, excuse me there, are grabbing the handlebars here. Okay, you need to be able to run and hop off. So you're running and you hop off on the side here, hands on the handlebars, and then feet on the side. I also need to be able to hop on safely. Now the way that I hop on is simply by holding on the side or holding on the front bar. Usually we would hold on to the side and we hop on and we continue holding on to the side here with our arm until we've gotten our stability. So I'm trying to do this with one hand, but I'm going to kind of show you here. Okay, I'm still holding on, and then I would let go once I feel that I'm safe. Okay, once I feel that I'm safe. Now, most people get bored running on the treadmill. They think you have to run the whole time. You actually don't. Okay, I'm going to crank this speed up. I'm going to hit 9. And I'm going to move my speed up to 9. You can probably hear the treadmill in the background cranking up. Sounds like we're getting ready to take off. Alright, what I can do is hop on for 20 seconds. So I'm going to move my display to only the time. And I would start running at 5:15, go. And I could run for 20 seconds. And I'd be running all the way to 5 minutes and 35 seconds. I'd be running, still running. 5 more seconds, I'd be running. I can't film and run at the same time. So I'd hop off. And what I'd do is I'd move that speed all the way down to 2. And I would walk for a minute. Okay, so I ended at 5 minutes and 35 seconds. I would hop back on at 6 minutes and 35 seconds. I'd hop back on for 20 seconds. So right now I'd just be walking. Okay, and I would allow my heart rate to go back down. This is called interval training. So you don't have to run on the treadmill the whole time. You can run for 20 seconds, rest for 60 seconds. You could run for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds. It all depends what speed you run at and what your fitness level is. So right now I'd crank that speed back up to 9, and right here I would hop back on at 6:35, and I would run for 20 more seconds. Now if you're good at math, you know that you would end at 6:55. So I'd be running, and I got 2 more seconds, and boom, I grab the handlebars, hop off, have my feet straddle the treadmill here, and then I'd move my speed back down. I'd catch my breath here on the side of the treadmill, and then once my speed settled back down, I would walk again. I ended at 6:55, so my next run would start at 7:55, and I'd go for 20 seconds. Now I understand the math might be a little hard for some of you, but you could make it easier by starting on zeros.
and you could run for 20 seconds and rest for 60 seconds. It'd be a lot easier math. So you guys get the idea. Again, I have my incline controls. I have my speed controls. I have this button here. If this button is not magnetically attached, that's kind of my emergency button, the treadmill will automatically stop. It will shut down. So if I were to pull this button, every treadmill has one of these, the whole treadmill will shut down. So if I got myself in a situation where I wasn't ready to handle the speed or whatever, I could shut the whole treadmill off. Boom. Okay, I could also just hit the stop button right there. Right, I have a fan here on this treadmill. If I hit that fan, you can see the little fan here. That cool air feels good. That's on low. And then fans on medium. I have a high setting, and then the next one I'm able to turn that off. I have different workouts here, which we don't have time to go over, but speed workouts, incline workouts, intensity workouts where the treadmill will take you through. It'll adjust the incline of the treadmill on its own, up and down, and you'll have to respond to what the treadmill's doing. It's kind of fun because you don't exactly know what's coming. The speed workout varies the speeds. Okay, we call these intervals, where the rest periods change and the speeds in the incline, which is a measurement of your intensity, also changes. So hopefully you learned some things about treadmills. This is not totally enough information for you to safely operate a treadmill on your own, but it is a start. You may have wondered what people did when they were on the treadmill. These are some types of things. And some people don't mind getting on a treadmill and just running for 30 straight minutes. For a lot of us, that's a little boring, so there are different options you can do. But if you want a good workout, you don't even need to run. You can crank that incline up, and walking at 2 miles an hour, even though this looks pretty slow, with an incline, trust me, is pretty difficult after a period of time. So hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to sign off here. Hopefully you learned a couple things about a treadmill. If you have access to a treadmill and an adult is willing to work with you, if you're one of our older McVeigh students, you might be able to learn how to use one and get some exercise during this time. So this is Mr. Palka. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll see you again for another exercise video. Bye-bye.